So the agenda, what we're going to have a look at, we're going to do a little bit of an introduction, and then I'm going to look at the ICAEW's report. I'm going to give you some facts and some figures that have come from there, some key areas that they've been looking at. And then we'll look at the 10 key areas of non-compliance, areas that still keep popping up, I think, year after year, but just to give us a refresh of what we can do to bring ourselves up into compliance with them. And then we'll have a look at a summary at the end. We look at the two important words that we see in the money laundering regulations, in Regulation 28, where we have to identify the client, so to know who the client is. And then we have to verify the identity of the client. And we do that by collecting documents or other information that we can get from independent and reliable sources. And a lot of you these days will be using electronic ID and verification tools. So we identify on a risk-sensitive basis, we verify the identity of the beneficial owners. It's very important that when you're reading certainly the money laundering regulations, you see those two words, you know the difference. You know, identify, knowing who the client is, verify, actually having that documentation to back it up. And we gather a lot of information as well on the intended purpose and nature of the business relationship. We'll look as well at other written procedures. So ranked 9th in the findings for improvement, Regulation 19 again of the money laundering regulations, and the CCAB guidance chapter 3 and 4. All of our procedures should be written, and they should be in relation as to how the firm complies with the money laundering regulations 2017. We can subscribe or purchase training provider manuals. There's nothing to stop us doing that. But as I've said, it has to be tailored very, very specifically to your firm. Any templates that you use, and I've got banks of templates that have come from various places, and some of them are very, very useful, but they have to be tailored. You know, we have to really be sitting down and thinking, okay, we've got a basis here to start using, but how are we going to put it specifically out to the firm? We often find that these manuals templates have not been read, not being considered, you know, because it's like we bought it in, so it must be okay, and we'll just do what it says, and we don't read them in there. We don't read things in there that are very much around the firm. And there's nothing in them specifically about the firm and specifically around CDD. Lots and lots of gaps in there that should be put in. So it's very much thinking about you and your firm.